And welcome, 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 everybody. It is Saturday, noon p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time it happens to be where you are, because you are watching us right now. April 25th is the day, and it is time for Ask Us Anything, where you get to ask anybody in the community anything. And we're going to do the best to help you get to that solution. And so we are so glad to have you with us, including a very, very special guest from South America and Colombia, which we will be hearing from very, very soon. So, as we get started, as we go ahead and ask that you participate, go ahead very simply, type your question or comment into the Zoom meeting chat, and we'll work with you that way. Or the better way, of course, is raise your hand. Very simple to do. Put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see my face. On the bottom, one of those buttons. For me, it's right around here, but depending on how you see me. That button happens to be raise hand. Click on that raise hand button, and we will call on you in the order in which we receive you. Thank you very much, Melody. I needed that itch scratched on my nose. And so, without further ado, let's get started. Let's show who we have here in the cameras, and especially the person, at least on my view, happens to be below my image in the lower left corner. I don't know if he is with you, but he's here from Bogota, Colombia. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it started with Mr. Robert Hollis.
Well, hello everyone. It's nice to see you on here. I love my family with unlimited wisdom, and just thought I'd jump on. It's funny. I was having a long conversation with Terry. I'm glad she's on here. My incredible wife, and then Matt, also the hostess with the mostest, and we got Melody and Deborah. I mean, what a great family. So I wasn't paying attention to time, so I just went and ran water through my hair, and this is what you get today. So you can see Bogota behind me. But a lot of mountains, really beautiful. And yeah, pretty cool.
So,
So
tell
go
us a
ahead.
little bit about it, Robert. I mean, I'm sure it's been quite an experience. I know you've shared a few things with us on Facebook and such.
Well, the one thing that blew me away is on Friday night I got to speak in front of the leaders, and there was 200 diamonds and above, and that's pretty freaking crazy. And I say half of them had been with the company for um, over 8 years. So, it's really amazing to see, the leadership and how solid they are. And again, when, if an average diamond made, let's say, 12 to 15,000 a month, what that lifestyle is in South America. The average person in Colombia makes $500 to $550 US a month. So I've always heard that it's a scale of it's like a scale of like two and a half, right? So, people that are making 10 grand here, it would be like making 30 grand, or 25,000 a month and in the United States. So that's pretty awesome. And it's funny, they actually get a when they become a platinum or a senior platinum, they get like a jacket like that you get in the Masters, for golfing. So all of them have this emblem with their name etched sketched into it. So the biggest cities for Immunotech are Mexico City's number one, followed by Peru, followed by Bogota. And so yesterday when I spoke, you guys will really crack up on this one. They said it sold out, and a lot of people say, my event sold out. That's a good way to hype it up. But they had 1,500 seats there, and there was people standing all three sides, too deep, that got in there. So Daniel, you guys know him if you've known him. He's just an incredible guitar player. Him and his wife, they drove a couple hours to come here, and I was able to get them in the event, but I couldn't get them a seat. That's great. So we had lunch together. So I know some of you may or may not have seen me do this, but sometimes when I get in front of a room of people, I get inspired, and at the end, I'll get down on my knees and raise my hands and say, "Listen, if you guys would just stop asking other people what you should do, you know what I mean? And stop going to coaches and stop going to everything. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to believe in the miracle that God created you to be." And so I fell to my knees and I put my hands up, and it's like the 1,500 people there just freaking exploded. It was like everyone stood up and had their hands up and everything. It was like no experience I've ever experienced. And when I got done, I had a handheld microphone in my hand. And so then when I went to get up, I couldn't get up, and I crashed on stage. I fell down on stage. And you could hear everybody go, "Oh!" And then the translator come over and he did something really weird. He tried to pick me up by my shoulder, but he was trying to pull me backwards. You know what I mean? So he's trying to lift 300 pounds backwards. And I just said, "Hey, come around in front of me." And everyone just didn't know what to do. And he came around, I got right up. You know what I mean? If I would leave the microphone on the ground, I just didn't. I thought I was younger and less heavier than I was. So as soon as I got up, of course, everybody's wondering if I'm hurt. And I said, before I came out here, I just asked God to make sure that I delivered something to the people here that not only inspired him, but they'd never forget me. I just didn't think that I would land on my ass to make the point. And so now I did that, and everyone started laughing their ass off because I'm okay. And I said that. And then I get off stage, and man, as soon as I got off stage, Mauricio, the owner of the company, comes up and puts his arms around me, and he goes, "You're what we're missing." And I went, wow, that's sort of nice, So it was, and of course, Mike, the president, said the same thing. But man, I had so many people that as I was walking around, they would see me and they just walk up to me and just went, "God bless you, God bless you," and I just said, "Listen, you got to believe that you can do that." And when God created you, and God created coffee. and so, and so, yeah, it was, I keep forgetting, like I said in my post today, just how loving the Latino people are. You know what I mean? They come from very humble backgrounds. They don't have a lot of options. They don't make a lot of money, but they love God and they love their family, and that's the most important thing to them. So it was really really cool to see that. So yeah, I think that just overall is, I've known Daniel and his wife via Zoom probably for 7 years. So that was sort of neat to have lunch with them, and yeah. So today it was like I got up and I got a couple of deals that said, "Listen, we don't need you today," and I was going like, I wasn't, even supposed to speak today, but I tried to sit in on some of the stuff that happened, and again, they're just speaking Spanish. There's no translation, no nothing. So I'm like, I can feel the energy, but I ain't getting anything. Their slides are in Spanish. Their um their numbers are in Colombian pesos. So I figured it out. It's like 100,000, 100,000 of their money is $25 US. So yeah, so I did a tip too on one of my meals. I did a tip, and it was 122,000 or something like that. Or no, it was like 92,000. And the guy, I asked him how much was that, and he said, "Well, it's almost like $10 or so." I forget what it was, but not getting off track. But it was like one of the funny things I'll never ever forget is we went to Thailand. Um, and we went to Thailand, and all my leaders were there in Gano Excel. And so I told the guy I would take care of the tab. and they go by bot. And so their receipt looks exactly the way all receipts look all over the world. And so when he printed it out and handed it to me, it was $27 million was my bar tab. Or 27 million bot was like, and other things here are just very, when you talked about, someone said, I think it was Deborah, oh, Melody, the food all through South America is just fresh. It doesn't, they don't put any, it costs money, really, honestly, to put all the processing and preservatives and stuff in the food. So they just like it fresh. So, I mean, it's like amazing biting into anything here. It's just like, just this seems like an explosion in your mouth. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, I think I don't know what else I could explain other than the, unfortunately, the coffee it gets to Mexico City first and then it goes to Peru. But it sounded like late this year, if not the beginning of 27, for us to get any of the coffee, for people that are interested in that coffee. And so Craig will crack up on this. I'll just share. So a lady reached out to me and she says, I've never even heard about Ganoderma lucidum or lingxi, the red mushroom. And so I went online and I put in YouTube, I put Mike Miramoto, and I found a product tour. Because there's no one that was better than him in explaining what the king's mushroom could do and the whole story behind it. So I sent her that, and she goes, um, "Are you drinking this coffee?" And I said, "I left the company in 2012. I still drink the coffee every morning, just like I did today." And she goes, "Can you send me your affiliate link?" It's a, I know a lot of you believe in other companies and other products. So it was so funny. And she's saying, "Well, I need these mushrooms." Like, yeah. So I'm thinking, I'm not even trying to recruit in another company, but I send her the information of someone that's an expert talking about red mushrooms. And she's like, "How can I buy it?" And I said, "I don't even know if I'm a rep. I know I'm a customer." So I logged into my customer site and it said website, and I clicked on it and there was a link there. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, I had a great conversation with my wife this morning, and it's just like sometimes as your life switches, I really doubted, and just really number of times told Matt and Terry that I wasn't even going to come to Columbia. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. I just didn't feel it. And when I came here, if I just was spending time with Daniel and his wife to give them hope again, you know what I mean? And it really got down to the point where if average people are making, 500 to $550 US a month, and you can help people like that. Because one of the stories I told from stage that inspired everyone is that the last time I was in Bogota, Colombia, I did a 10-day tour, and you guys have heard me talk about this. So I did 10 days, 10 countries in a row, and spoke in front of over 1 million people live. And so they had 8,000 people in Bogota. They had 6,000 in Medellin. So we hit two cities before we went to Bolivia and then El Salvador and then Ecuador. And I had a couple of flights that were delayed. Their flights are a little different here than in the United States. And so, it's like the people here are not in a hurry. You know what I mean? Their life in other countries, the people are not in a hurry. They're not rushed. And so, the plane leaves when it leaves. It's like, so, I got to some of these countries 2 and 3 in the morning, and there would be 1,000 people waiting for me. So as soon as I walked out of the airport, here's all these flags and all these people, standing in the parking lot, so happy that I showed up because I was the the crazy white guy that came to the United States that brought this opportunity to them and their families. And just to get people out of their jobs or make them, double their income, there's not a lot of opportunities here. And so I really, really, not that I forgot that, but man, if you can do something for another family to improve their life, it's like, you know, sometimes people in the United States sort of forget what makes them happy because we always hear that phrase that money makes you happy. And it's like, does it? Because if you're an unhappy person that can find fault in everything and you got more money, you're usually a person with a lot of money that finds fault in everything. You know what I mean? It's just like just because you got extra money in your bank account doesn't change who you are. You got to change who you are. So yeah. So there you go. There you go. It was funny. Daniel and his wife asked me. Hang on. I'm sorry. I don't know who's ringing the doorbell. I'm on a company Zoom. I'm on it. So no, 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 thank you. Good time for room service. I was like, no, not room service, house cleaning, house cleaning. They all got the app, but it's funny for technology, they type in a message and they open up the door in your English and they just show you a message off their phone. You know what I mean? Instead of just going back and forth like, I don't know Spanish, I don't know English. So yeah, that's all I got to say. So let's open it up for ask us anything, and if anybody has any questions about my trip here or whatever. But
Actually, I kind of do, Robert, if you don't mind.
I don't.
Now, you kind of brought it up a little bit, but this is your second trip to South America, right?
No, wait, no, golly, I've been to South America. I couldn't count them.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
because I remember you coming down with Gano Life when we were there, and now this I didn't know if there was anything other than that.
Now, Fred Herzog and Carlos Martinez, they had groups in El Salvador and Ecuador. And then I had, because I was a master distributor, when I was with Gano Excel, I flew to all the countries all the time.
Hmm.
It was like the whole group was underneath me and I made money from them all. So I don't know how many times I've been to Peru and how many times I've been to Colombia and the other countries that I mentioned. But no, I bet you I've been in Colombia. Even Mom's been to Colombia. Even Terry's been to Colombia. She just wouldn't get off the boat and step on. She, we
Oh
were
my.
on we were on a leadership cruise for Gano Excel, like one that you win, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how many hundreds and hundreds of people, won that trip. And so Terry had not a very good experience. She had to fly from LAX or, from where we were to LAX to Panama. And then once we hit Panama, then we had to drive for hours to get to where the cruise ship was. And so
Wow.
it went through what is called the ABC Islands. You know what I mean? So uh they're all off the coast of Colombia and Panama. And so we landed, we actually went and on the coast of Colombia and people could get off and go into the city. And so Terry and I were on a cruise where there was probably maybe one other or two other people other than us two that spoke English. Everybody else was Spanish. So Terry always tells her story about flying to Panama and, with people that were, instead of rescue animals, they were like rescue chickens. You know what I mean? And
how funny. All right. Well, for those of you who would like to ask Robert a question or something to share, you know what? It's a regular Ask Us Anything, including Matt or Deborah or Sandy or Melody or Terry, whoever's here. You know what? That's the whole idea behind Ask Us Anything. Let's go ahead and open up the floor. If you have a question, if you have a share, not a problem. Let's do that. Put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see these videos. On the bottom, one of those buttons is raise hand. Click on that button, and we will call on you. For those of you who have a camera on, what the heck? Raise your hand. Let's go ahead and interact.
Yeah,
What a beautiful view.
I don't know if you guys can see the bigger buildings. Oh, I got it.
Not on that side. I think on the other side you could. If you flip the camera in the other direction. We see a huge city in the background. There's no question. Yeah, there's a building in the left, or well, over your right
But
shoulder.
all the way to my, it's like the big city.
Oh, okay, I barely right there on the corner. Yeah, it's a shame you don't have a balcony.
No.
How
Okay.
tall? How high up are you, Robert?
5'9", 5'9". What? No, I'm only on floor eighth
Floor
floor.
8. Okay,
Eighth
very
floor.
good. That was you picked that up very well. I love watching Deborah react to that. It's like, uh oh.
Here we go again. Here we go.
Yeah.
I can't be that serious all the time. Come on.
Okay. Anybody? Bueller, like we like to
If
say.
it's okay. I'll make a statement if you guys don't have anything to ask. Is I know this is going to sound crazy out there, but just allow it to be crazy out there. If you guys know of people that own businesses that have a lot of money, you could connect them with Matthew, and Matthew can simply ask them a question like, or you could ask them, you know, is there any problems that you currently have that you believe that someone that knew a lot about AI could solve? Because it sort of is changed for us a little bit, because now what we're doing is instead of individuals, AI upline is amazing and we can get a person at a time. But Matt right now has now got people that the contact actually came from Terry. But she said, "Hey, remember Eric Green and Paul?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "You got to reach out to him." So I reached out to him, and now Matt's had a number of conversations with them. And then for Chris, he's Chris Robinson. He's almost done with the new FFX site, so people can buy stuff off FFX. And then he's working with
I was gonna
Josh
say
on,
I'll show you.
yeah. And then he's working with Josh. Is for those of you that know the whole back office for Akashics and MDC was Josh's tech company called ProTech. And so now he's asking Matt to work with his head programmer to come up with ProTech 2.0, just based off what Matt has been doing for other things. So, Matt, you probably need to go more full screen because I think I'm
Yeah,
still.
I'll go
Oh,
ahead and clear it. I just want to let you guys know that Melody also has her hand up. So
Okay.
let me go ahead
cool.
and do that. Go ahead, Matt, and share that with us. I know you showed it to me earlier.
Yeah, no, I mean, and this is all built in Shopify. It's kind of nuts, right? Like, and thank you, Dad. Love you so much. Thank you for everything. You're amazing. Love the view. Love you. Glad you're okay.
Yeah.
Glad the speaking and everything went incredible. So,
Thank you.
miss you. Can't wait
Miss
to
you
have you
too.
back in the U.S. I know Colombia is beautiful though, so it's interesting because
I
I was
just want to get
talking
out of
to.
here before Trump wants to bomb it. You know what I mean? It's like,
I don't think he's gonna want to bomb it. I think he's gonna want to buy it. But anyway, yeah, because it looks beautiful, right? So
yeah,
there, I could easily see like 5 or 8 Trump towers with the name
yeah.
around in the background there. That totally right.
Make it one of the 54 state, whatever.
Right, exactly. We'll just keep forgetting about Puerto Rico. It's not a state. But no, basically, Chris and Josh, they wanted to bring back Fuel Factor X. It's not part of the Immunitech deal. So it's a product that didn't go over there, but we still have a large amount of it. So this was actually all built on Shopify, which is like a platform a lot of you guys might know. Blue built, here's how crazy it is. GPT 5.5 came out, and Blue built this whole entire website, including the pictures. Like, I mean, obviously I directed it, but it was like crazy how fast and how good it was. And it did it all into Shopify, right? Through Shopify. So here's an interface, and here's a set of tools that I'm already using the agentic AI to learn Shopify and build a whole entire website in Shopify. And it generated every picture you see here was GPT image 2. It generated all of those itself. And so now the next step for me is this is a way work in progress, but is Blue AI. Basically, I want to give you guys and your ideas the chance to flourish just as much as anything else. So the next step that I'm taking the Hollis organization and things in is like, there's the bottleneck currently right now is me, right? Like I can design and develop things and direct things, but similar to Elon Musk or any of these other people, you can become a bottleneck on the process if you're the one and only decision maker on every single thing. You have to delegate. Delegation for me means AI agents. So I was showing Craig this before we got on. This is Blue. Obviously, this is a placeholder image. This is not how Blue looks, right? This is pretty. That was just something I had to generate to put there. But I actually have like total and complete character sheets with movement and everything. So how this is going to work is when one of you guys has an idea and you submit it, or find somebody, right, that has an idea and goes to hollisorganization.com and clicks submit an idea like Deborah did, right? You go through and you say, I want to partner with you. Here's the budget. And you could do this for somebody else if you want to, right? And I'll contact them and we can set up kind of a deal. I want you to get reimbursed. What is it? I'm not reimbursed, but I want you to get paid for referring people to me. And so we'll figure out based off of how it goes, how much money I'm going to kick back to you. And we'll figure that out well before they even pay me or do anything like that. But I want to solve problems and fix things. But I've been the bottleneck, right? So even in Deborah's situation, Deborah has a really grand and big idea that she wants to accomplish. The amount of compute and the amount of time and energy it would take to create it, I can only pick 2 or 3 projects, which means financially I have to align with that because I have a family to support, right? What this is going to allow you to do is do everything that I could do with Blue, right? And so I'm going to build out the whole entire server ecosystem. I'm going to add more computers, more compute. And this is something that I'm doing with Paul and Eric, by the way, Dad. This is something they're going to sell. So this will allow you to go through and onboard with Ori, right? These are going to all be different characters that you'll get to know. But Ori will onboard you and have a full conversation with you and figure out what it is you want, right? Like what it is you want to accomplish. So Deborah, your idea or Melody or anybody else, then he'll pass it on and all that. He'll put into a nice, beautiful little PDF and stuff on everything you want to accomplish and pass that to Pillar, which is the brand strategist. And all these have different names, right? And animations. And I'll show you guys after I go through all these characters, I'll show you a little video that I made for them. But Pillar finds your message, your audience, and offer angle, how you could sell what you want, how you can make money and build it into a business. You know what I mean? Like what you want to accomplish. So he builds the spine of your business in the campaign after Ori figures out what you are, who you want, what you can accomplish, things like that. Then it gets passed to Spark, which is the creative team, turns the strategy into posts, hooks, scripts, and calls to action. So Spark actually creates content, videos, images, everything for your company. Spark has the ability to create something like I showed you guys with FFX. You know, Spark is my agent that built this Hollis organization website. Now, actually, I had Hannah go over this, my wife. She's gorgeous. Sometimes I just stay here and stare at her. No, that's a joke. But anyway, she helped design this website and stuff. But that's kind of what you can do. You know, Spark can generate images. It can generate C-Dance videos. Spark can do all of that stuff. Once the content or the website's created or these things happen, it gets passed to Guard, which, you know, makes sure that everything's on board. This is for people like Deborah, right? It's like, am I making any statements or something in the copy? It's basically Guard is there to make a sweep of everything that's been done up to this point, creative, brand, and idea, and make sure that it's all above board and good. You know what I mean? Compliant. And that could be based off. The crazy thing is you can actually use this tool to create a funnel for your network marketing company or whatever it may be. It can make anything you want. So once you go through Guard, it goes to Magnet, which Magnet is what builds the lead magnets, the landing copy, and the forms and the tags. So now that we've got everything compliant, Magnet puts it together. Nudge writes warm emails, SMS, DMs, and replies. So Nudge actually connects directly to your social media and can respond and talk to people for you, right? And that will be in an inbox that Nudge will nudge you and say through the app, hey, listen, this person's trying to get a hold of you. A new sale has just happened. Like anything you want Nudge to let you know about or to follow up with anybody that is in your business. Think of it as like a assistant in that sense. Radar is a CRM monitor, finds new people and recommends new actions. So Radar is constantly looking for new opportunities for your business, what you might not see, and all of the different areas that you might be able to improve on in what you're currently doing. And then this all gets run through Loop, which is the final AI agent in this process. And he optimizes it all, turns progress into a weekly CEO report, sends that to you, loops it all into memory, and then starts right back at Pillar and goes straight through the process again every 30 days. So all of this is orchestrated by Blue. So Blue is the main head, the head of the department, head of AI department, or whatever your company is. Think of him as like your president or your CFO, COO, whatever you want to think about it, right? He's the guy that can control all of the rest of these. And you'll have a specific button here that says Blue Chat, where you could always just talk to Blue, and then Blue would be able to orchestrate anything through the rest of the hires. So this is like one of my billion dollar ideas, obviously. This is the idea that allows you to make ideas. So that's something I've been working pretty hard on. But it should allow me to give you guys the opportunity to build your dreams and build anything you want with a total onboarding flow through every single one of those steps. Instead of you having to use 10 different tools, all of these agents call on those tools for you, right? Now, obviously, none of this is free. It all costs something. And we're going to figure out exactly what the best price is. But like I said, you could use this to do anything that you want. Yeah, the 30 days is basically the cycle. It does different cycles, so it generates all of the information and the content, and then gives you a 30-day roadmap of things that you have to do and you have to hit, right? Like the goal is not to completely automate the entire process. The goal is to automate the pain in the ass stuff that you don't want to do, right? And so the creative aspects, every single part of this process, by the way, is an approval process too. Like Nudge will nudge you and say, you know, Pillar found a new message or a different audience that you could make an offer for. And do you want to pass that on to Spark to start making stuff for that offer? And if you're like, no, then Nudge will then go back and tell Blue we're not moving forward with it or whatever it may be. So, but I'm still building this out. This is like a grand idea, but like I sat down with Paul and Eric yesterday, and Paul came up with all of the, like, he didn't come up with the names of the characters, but Paul came up with all of the departments and everything like that, all in a day. And like, I can't wait to show him how far this has come, because it actually started like this morning. So this morning I was building it as this high ticket offer that goes through different phases, right? Like you scroll up like this and go demo, and it would go through each one of these steps, your creative team, and then it would do all the content. And this was basically like the idea that they were sharing yesterday. And as I was building this, I built it like, as you can see, quite far, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty much almost a done product in and of itself. And then I started building the background dashboard, and it just clicked for me. I went, holy shit, this isn't just one product. This is like a really big, this could be a really big thing for anybody. If you wanted, if you had a cupcake company, anything, you know what I mean? Like really allowing you to start your business. And so that's when I started to like make it, you know, every single time I went onto this, I was like, this is just cold, and like a cupcake place is not going to look at this and go, I want to use this.
Right.
And so I did what I do best. I started making characters like you guys saw and naming them with blue, of course. And they're all going to have little animations, and you're going to watch them do each one of their little things, right? So then if you are a cupcake company or you're a multi-million-dollar brand, you'll feel comfortable using this platform because these characters, like look at Magnet, how great is he?
That's cool.
So that's what I have to share. Obviously we could ask me questions on that or whatever you want, but
well, Matt, the only thing I want to say is, you know, I was going back and forth while you were talking. I left a message. You know, this was from your mom as well. We were masterminding, and your mom's like, if Bob Johnson and the Hungry Team and the people that are pushing the HempWorks products are having difficulties getting their customers to complete an order,
right?
Your mom was like, you know, well, you know, we need to get this because the back office for Immunotech is just a white labeled back office from another company. And so, you know, your mom was like, listen, I'm going to call Mauricio and have Matt do the back office. So I thought, well, I know someone that's close that can get his attention faster than me. And that's Chris.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I reached out to Chris and I said, listen, if you know people that are missing orders, you know, why don't you at least tell Mauricio to have Matt look at it so we can make money? I mean, there's nothing that pisses off of people more than not being able to place an order when they want the product, especially if it's on sale. You know what I mean? And he goes, I'll do it right now. And
awesome.
I said, well, listen, tell Mauricio that he can own his own back office instead of paying somebody for every person that uses it. He could have his own back office and Matt could create that for him. And
it's kind of crazy because like that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm making a white label back office with Josh too, because his company does that as well. But obviously like I was sharing this with my dad yesterday. It's like I feel like I'm in such a great. Let me move more towards center camera. I feel like I'm in a great situation because in most scenarios, this is like the saying I use for it or whatever, the analogy. But it's like it's great to own a house, like to have money to buy your own home that you could like customize is amazing. But you still have to remodel a house.
Right.
That already exists. The best thing is to buy a plot of land and bring in an architect and work with somebody to build the home of your dreams. Windows over there, this over here, this over there. We now live in a time where AI working with me has the ability to build you a custom house faster than you can build or remodel an old house.
Right.
So it's easier for me to go in and make something brand new that works with my systems than it is for me to go at something that already exists. So you saying that makes me happy because I was actually like starting, because Bob was talking to me about that. And I was like, okay, but like similarly to where Josh and his team is, right?
Right.
I'm going back and forth with them, and it's like you could open the code to me, or you could just let me go at it, and I'll just build something from scratch that's like better. You know what I mean? Like let's not patch this up. So I'm glad that that's something you want to do. But awesome.
Yeah. So the way
Let's
I
put
feel it.
Immunotech under the Hollis org banner of people who have worked with us.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys, I opened it up. We'll I see Sandy and Melody had their hands up, but I was telling Chris Robinson that I now understand, watching Matt share the stuff that he's doing. I now understand how Elon Musk's dad feels.
Aw.
You know what I mean? So everyone looks at, your son and they're just like, what the fuck? And I go, yeah, that's my son.
That's sweet, Dad. Thank you.
You bet.
Yeah, I'm just fulfilling the destiny. Yeah.
Yep.
I
Let's get to Melody and Sandy. Sandy, I see, put a question in earlier. She
Okay.
said that she's just focusing on Codex. Should she be focusing on something else?
No. So basically, while you were gone, GPT 5.5 came out, which was like a big deal. So on one of I don't remember if it was like a Daily Wisdom or what it was on. Oh, it was the Breakthrough maybe. But
Yeah, we were talking then. Yeah.
yeah, but we were going over apps that you could use and how that they've turned Codex into kind of like where you use the AI agent stuff. But the answer is yes, Sandy. Like keep using Codex. And do you have any questions about it or?
I do. I did have it create me something, and I kind
Okay.
of shared it in Unlimited Wisdom, but I think maybe I should send it to you because it actually goes to my link, so I probably should send it to you and not put it
Okay.
there. But I want to make sure it works because it keeps telling me that I'll see it no matter what
hmm
because it's on my computer and on my phone, but I want to make sure that somebody else can really see it too.
Okay, so the next step, this is basically the difference. Like everything that's happening right now with Codex is being built on your computer in a folder.
Right.
So just like any program, to get that folder onto a server and hosted, there's a couple of extra steps. Now, Codex could help you do that. All you'd have to say is, hey, listen, like, I want other people to be able to see this. What is the next step of hosting it somewhere? What would be the easiest path?
Oh,
Right?
okay.
And then the next thing, Codex will then give you a bunch of ideas or where you could go with it. And then if they're all too complex, keep asking it to break it down, break it down, break it down.
Okay,
The thing
got it.
is, I am the type of person that I don't like handing that type of stuff off to other people because I love to learn the process myself. So, like for me, I've learned how to not only build things, but put them up in hosting, attach domains to them in the specific way. All this stuff I really didn't know how to do specifically before. I was taught through the process of doing it with AI in this way. And
Okay.
so as if you do have any problems with it, I could totally take the folder and I'll get you a server and I'll have Blue put it on the server for you if Codex
Okay.
can't do it. Because Blue, the next step is like Blue could just do all the things. They can make a thing, it could do it all, but Codex can't
Okay. So
yet.
what I
So
have is I have my image, and then it has on there three different portions. One is HempWorks, one is my school, and one is HempWorks, my school, and Immunotech. So if somebody
mhm,
has a question, it says, follow your path here, here, or here, and I send that to them, and then they just click on each one of those. And me
that's
looking
cool.
at it, it takes it right to those sites.
hmm
But you're saying I have to do something else to actually get it to do that.
So basically, when you're like talking to Codex or the AI in general, and it's building this website and building the code. It just currently right now, the reason that you can see it and nobody else can is that it's just a bunch of yes and zeros and ones and all of this stuff, even the images, right? Until it's hosted somewheres, your computer is just rendering everything from that folder in Codex so you can see what it would look like, but you still have to host it somewhere. The links and everything would be everything will work exactly the same as it does on your PC when
Okay.
it's hosted. So
Okay.
nothing will be different from the images, from the links, the way they work, everything like that. Even if you
hmm
built like an AI responder or something into it or whatever it may be, the moment you host it, all of that stuff will go with it. And believe it or not, it's not as hard to host it as you would think. And it's super
Okay.
cheap. We're talking like $3 a month.
Okay. All right, so I still have it all up from yesterday because I got frustrated at that part. So I still have
Yeah.
it up from yesterday. So I'll go ahead and when we're done here, I will have it go ahead and do that for me, and then I will go from there. If I have questions, I'll let you know.
And yeah, send me a message. Like
Okay.
anything at all. Like
Okay.
I think it's cool that you're hopping into it and doing it. Like I think that this is the beginning of like you making a lot of really cool shit with it. Cause like
Well, I think it's going
it's
to be
fun.
easier for me if I tell people and I do like these little videos, like I'm getting ready to do one right now, and it's going to say at the end, like DM me this or whatever. Well, when they're done and they DM me that, I want to be able to send them this, and they can click on one of those links.
Right.
So that's
That
what my
that that
goal is.
sounds awesome. And two, like it gives you so much more 'cause you pick a domain and you set it up, and the cool thing about working with Codex is Codex now can create images too, I believe, through GPT
It
image
did.
2.
Yes.
So
Yes,
if
it
you
did.
ask it to make, this is the craziest part, like that Feel Factor X website. I was like, I just want to make all new graphics. I don't want to take any of the graphics from the old website at all because I don't know who owns those, who licensed those because they were real, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, could you just make every graphic that we need for this? And then I just watched it generate every single graphic for the whole entire website. And it's crazy because it works the same way with characters or with anything. So you really can
Okay.
go pretty far with it. So just
Okay.
keep iterating on it. And yeah, the fun part about it is like you have one idea and then you finish it and you're like, okay, what do I do next? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I would recommend you do once you're kind of in that spot is start reverse prompting because it's like the most fun thing to design with. So go back to your AI and Codex and say, what are 5 or 10 ways that we could make this even better or make it more clean or make it nicer? Or what are 5 ideas that we could add to this to get the result that I want? And this is the result that I want. And then look
Okay.
at the ideas that it gives you and then pick some out and let it build them.
Okay,
And you
great.
do that
All right.
like to infinity, right? So
Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate that.
thanks, Sandy.
Yeah.
Great. Great share, Sandy. Thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead. Melody Ryba, your hand is up. Go ahead and unmute yourself and please share with us.
Hi, guys.
Hi,
Robert,
Hey,
what a
Melody.
great
Melody.
surprise to have you on here. Hi, Matthew. I have just a little question for you.
Sure.
Okay, so you shared the AI upline using
Mm-hmm.
that, love that, um, sharing it, but then a while later you shared the AI upline partner link.
Mm-hmm.
Do people have to go, like specifically go to that partner link when they join? I mean, am I supposed to tell them
So
go there and sign up?
so the affiliate program right now is just invite only. So like the reason that we haven't promoted that is because we just haven't made a full decision to like let everyone know that that exists. We built
Yeah,
that
one
portal out. Go ahead, Dad.
yeah, one of the things, Melody, if you remember what we discussed, is I just don't believe that people should be able to be a partner and an affiliate making money if they can't get their three for free. You know what I mean? So I think what we're our first thing that we said to everyone when we decided to do this is listen, go out and get your three for free, and then you can, then we'll invite you to the partner program. Now,
I see.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it's like because
makes sense.
everybody goes, well, I want to be affiliate, I want to be affiliate, I want to be affiliate, and then you got thousands of people that are affiliates and they fucking get nobody.
Well, I have my three. Well, and plus another at least three.
Well,
So yeah.
if you got three paying members, then I'll give you an invitation right now to go there.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
No,
I
reach
have.
out to me, Melody. Like I know it seems like I'm doing a lot. But if there's an issue or something like that, let me know. I'll make sure that not only that platform works, but you'd be like a good first test for me to make sure that it works and the payouts and everything works. So you'd be helping me out by reaching out to me.
Oh, well, thank you. I will do that. Yeah, my only question is in the because I am in the affiliate thing. And I know you shared that link on one of our calls. And I know somebody clicked, I think it was Shelly that clicked on it and said, "Well, I can't afford that." And I'm like, "But it says right on it
That's a
that
classic Shelley question.
yeah." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" I shared a screenshot with her and it said that it was free to I don't I didn't understand
Let
it.
me,
I
yeah, let
don't
me look at it
really
again.
Nah, it's I think Matt, when you first, as soon as you got done finished doing it, you said, "Dad, why don't you go over there and sign up?" It didn't charge me or ask me for anything, but maybe if Melody's bringing
Yeah.
it up.
right. And I'm not even I have it, but it doesn't show me as I mean it still says join for free, but I don't know I don't even know what my PayPal link is. That's why I didn't put that in there.
Okay.
But and Matthew, while we're on the subject of getting paid, on your school, your um IVAI, would you
Uh-huh.
put a donate button on there
Oh, well,
for
one,
people who want to support you?
that's super sweet of you. And believe it or not, one of the things that how many times have you guys heard this from me? Like, it's probably getting old, but I'm serious. All right. May I do want to start streaming, working, and building this stuff. Like, I do. Why? I can monetize then. I plan on pushing on YouTube and growing on YouTube again once I can be monetized again in May is when I can apply. So I've been working on all of this other stuff, but you best believe I still want to make movies. I still want to do all of that. And that's still the platform that I want to do it on. And so IVAI probably will just become the YouTube channel again, and I'll shut so you'll be able to donate on any of the streams, is what I'm trying to say. But I,
Okay.
I really appreciate that. That's very sweet.
No, I just think you give us so much, and I would rather anything that came to me from sharing the AI upline, I'd rather it just funnel into you and your family.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, well then I guess we'll figure it
Maybe
out.
we should
But
put your PayPal link in my account.
no, because the funny thing is then we're just going to be giving PayPal a little bit because it's coming out of my
Yeah,
account. So
right.
I just wouldn't send it. You know what I mean?
Right,
But
right.
no,
Okay, I get that.
you're so sweet, Melody, and I love your heart, and I appreciate you so much. And no, like it feels like I've been working a lot, but the next 2 or 3 months I'm going to push harder than I have the last three. Like it's important and imperative that I do. Like it's not just because it's exciting, but because I'm like I feel like I'm right at the frontier of it, and I don't
Yeah,
want to lose that. It's like a balancing
You
act,
are
and
a
I'm sure.
pioneer. You,
So
yeah.
I was
So
telling.
I, my question was on the partner side of it. It
hmm
shows. I know Michael and Angela reached out to you. They were trying to upgrade,
yeah.
and I don't, for whatever reason, having a problem. So on that side of it, it shows him as just Michael as paid, but it
Okay.
doesn't show him in the AI upline as paid.
But it does in the it. Okay, that's good to know. I'll have Blue look at it. That's probably a bug in between. That's why I was saying I'm glad that you are pushing, and thank you so much for referring so many people, because then you get to be my guinea pig and make sure that both systems work the way they're supposed to. You know what I mean? Because the thing is the reason we even made the partner portal a totally different thing instead of just integrating it all into AI upline is that if I asked, and this won't surprise anybody here probably, but Dad, how many times have you sat down and had a conversation with AI upline?
What were you talking to me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I haven't yet.
No, but that's fine though. But my dad's the type of person that is excited, can see the technology, wants to promote it, but isn't going to go through and use all of the tools that exist in it. So that was the idea behind it, is that the partner portal would be for somebody that just wants to promote it, right, and make money because they see that it's a great opportunity to make money. On the other end, like if you make one account, it should work on both sides because the info is it's it's probably too complicated, but it could be better. It could be better. I
Cool.
haven't had, as funny as it sounds, I haven't the last 2 or 3 days. I haven't really had a focus as much on AI upline because it's pretty finished outside of the content creation stuff, which Blue is the backbone for. Everything that you guys seen is
It is pretty crazy that you came up with the idea of AI upline that put you in a position where, in a Telegram chat, I just seen that you were asked, um, Matt, just as this is a thought that all of us can do for Matt, because he needs companies that make money that can afford to pay him to get stuff done. And I thought, how many companies that have a white labeled back office that sucks ass?
that's
And when
that's
you
the plan. Yeah.
and when you go to their website, they tell you the companies that they got their ass sucking
Hmm.
software with. And
Right.
to reach out to a company, a network marketing company that's this successful
Hmm.
and say, can I ask you a question? Yeah. How much does it cost you a month to have that white label software? Because the way that they make money is not only an upfront cost, but then also a monthly cost off every freaking user.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
if you had a company that had 100,000 active affiliates in it, they got to pay that company, and I bet it's more than $1.
Hmm.
So that's sort of a
It's
cool thing is
no, it is.
we
It's interesting because like, not only is that a great idea, and somebody should definitely do something about that, uh,
I might
but
know
on
some people. I might know some
right, yeah.
people that
But it
that
definitely is. It's like one of those positions, and that's why I said if you guys know somebody that I can really help or help them grow or anything, like it's insane the amount of people that I'm getting connected with. But I'm like incredibly grateful. You know what I mean? Like I just want to work hard and grow the Hollis organization because, I was even telling Corky this. The next step is to start the Hollis Foundation and actually start giving away a lot, like a
yeah.
lot, a lot. So, and I'm gonna let my parents do it. So,
Well, we're going to I always felt like Hannah and Terry and Kyle could be a whole division of giving away our extra money. You know what I mean?
mhm.
It's like
Well,
so
the thing is, Dad, is I agree, but I think you should be the head of it because I also think that your heart is what would take it to the next level.
oh,
Like
thanks.
I've actually thought about it a decent amount, and it's like, man, if all of these big plays that I'm doing pay off financially and
Oh,
stuff,
they're
and I've
going to.
got
I there's
I would
not
love
listen,
nothing more
listen,
than to
Matt.
watch.
Listen,
Yeah.
Matt. Listen, Matt. Just the mastermind that we've had on here, it is, and your mom bringing it up, and then me going after Chris to go after Mauricio. There's companies that do over $200 million a year that have never had this fucking thought. This one thought. Do you know how much it would cost to put together a good technical team, an IT team that
Hmm.
could bring in our back office in-house?
Yeah, it would cost a lot.
It's not a thought.
Yeah, no, of course not.
It's not a thought. They that is not a problem that they're interested in doing, and here's why. You can't slow the momentum of the company.
Yeah, no, of course.
So if your company is just rocketing and moving, you can't go, wow, this seems like a great time to change the back office for everyone.
Well, the
So
funny
the
thing is that like you here's the difference in thought. I think that that's just an old-fashioned way to think about things. Like it kills momentum. That's not the
yeah,
way Google or Meta or Amazon or any of those other companies work. They iterate and change things without your permission all the time, and they are growing like crazy.
it's in the
You know,
terms,
like they have
it's in
more
the term,
users.
yeah, it's in the
You know what
terms
I'm
and
saying?
policies. It's in the terms and
Hmm.
policies.
I think the iterative process is what makes AI the most fun, right? Like,
Right.
I'm very close to. I even thought about this morning. I was like, man, I should just connect with Deborah because she knows quite a few people, like Tim Tebow and some of these people, right? That we could help and we could do stuff with too, like on the foundation on that side. And it's like, I'm just so grateful for you guys and grateful for the opportunities and
Very
stuff.
cool.
So,
Well, I see it's an hour. I don't want to be mean, Melody, but let's let Matt get back to work.
right.
Yeah. Love and appreciate you. Thank you, Matt. I'll send you a message.
Thank you so
And
much.
I did see Faith put down here that she tried to sign up with AI Upline and it
Oh
wouldn't
no,
allow
I'm so
her.
sorry about that. I forgot. I feel like I read her message and then is let me see. I'll make
I
sure that
guess
you can, Faith. I'll message
getting
you
past
back
the
on
uplink,
school.
Okay.
getting past the upgrade link. So yeah.
Yeah, there's been like this small bug that's existed because we switched over to, like, we've gone from free to trial with a car. You need to have a card, right? So people just don't constantly make new accounts, and use the AI resources that we have. So the the interesting thing is doing a couple of those loops has like broken a couple of things for the people that have been around from like the very beginning, which I'm sorry about. Like if you were in the free set of people, your accounts have a different tag on them than the ones before. And I did that on purpose because I wanted to know who like the founding people were. But it has like messed up that aspect of it as far as upgrading. So it's like looking for a card on file. It doesn't see one, and then it's like, oh, well, then you need to add a card, and then it's like, but I already did. What? It doesn't know that because it's not looking in the right spot. So we'll fix it.
Very good. Well, I love
Very
you
cool.
guys.
Robert, thank
Love
you
and
for
appreciate you
jumping
guys.
on. Yeah, this is great. And of course, Matt, wow, thank you. Big shout outs to Sandy and Melody as well. Thank you so much for participating. And yeah, so we've got Master's Mind tomorrow at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Monday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Recess! And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, of course, Daily Wisdom, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. When, no, Thursdays. That's it. Thursdays. Breakthroughs, noon p.m. Pacific, 3 Eastern. Everything, every day, at least once a day, we've got something going on here with Unlimited Wisdom. And thank you so much for taking the time to join us here on Ask Us Anything. So we love and appreciate you. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Robert, safe travels. Enjoy the rest of your stay in Bogota. And
Yep.
once again, Matt, thank you so much. Bless you and appreciate you all for joining us here on Ask Us Anything. Until next time, please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye bye for
See you,
now. I'm
everybody.
going to go ahead and unmute so we can all say so long and have a great Saturday.
Bye, Faith. Bye, Melody. Bye,
Bye,
my love.
guys.
Bye, Sandy, Craig,
Bye.
Ben.
Thanks,
Love you. Thank
guys.
you so much.
Love you
Bye-bye.
all. Take care.